Good morning, and welcome to our economic briefing. We're here to break down the key takeaways from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's recent speech on the state of the U.S. economy. The Fed's message is one of significant change and caution. On the labor front, job growth has slowed dramatically, now averaging just 35,000 new jobs per month, a steep drop from the 168,000 monthly pace we saw last year. We've also seen significant downward revisions to previous job numbers, painting a clearer picture of a cooling market. But despite this slowdown, the unemployment rate remains historically low and stable at 4.2%. Powell noted a unique balance in the labor market, with both the supply and demand for workers declining simultaneously. Economically, the picture is also one of slower growth. GDP expanded at just 1.2% in the first half of the year, half of last year's pace. The Fed also acknowledged that tariffs are visibly pushing up prices for certain goods, and they're watching closely to see if these effects will become more widespread. Still, the good news is that inflation expectations remain well anchored, meaning the public isn't expecting runaway prices. Perhaps the biggest news is the Fed's update to its monetary policy framework. They've made several key changes, including dropping their flexible average inflation targeting strategy and removing the effective lower bound as a primary concern. The new approach emphasizes a balanced, data-driven response to economic conditions, and they've clarified that a strong job market won't necessarily trigger an automatic response to raise rates. Finally, Powell emphasized that policy decisions will be based solely on economic data, not political pressures. He also highlighted the challenge of distinguishing between temporary economic fluctuations and permanent structural changes caused by new policies on trade, immigration, and taxes. This is a recalibration of the Fed's strategy, reflecting lessons learned from the recent economic volatility and the push to adapt to a changing economic landscape.